amazing day. We've both really enjoyed it. It was a bit tiresome for a while, but we're really relaxing and enjoying ourselves and getting to know everybody that we don't know, and it's great. Thank you everyone for coming. So my mum and my dad have come all the way from Port Macquarie. Tisha's family have come from all over the place. Our school friends, Tisha's school friends really, my law friends who have come from Sydney. The fabulous Latorta girls who have been helping with all sorts of things today. So thank you. Oh, and the people that, like Lynn, who is, obviously we needed to get married, so thank you, Lynn. Couldn't have done that without you. So thank you. And many of you travel many hours, and some of you are, getting up there in the ages, so we really thank you for making the distance. So Pop, Sue, thank you for coming. Graham, Valerie, Rob and Joan, there we are. So thank you all for making the distance, really appreciate that. And the car, but we would come to that later. But in order to appropriately thank everybody, which I will, who've played a role in our lives in getting here today, I'd like to do it a bit more interesting way, and that's by telling a story. And that's the story of how Tisha and I came to be here. And it's all 100% true. So in 2019, I moved to Sydney to begin my law degree, and I made some great friends who are here, so thank you for coming again. But in the meantime, Tish was just in year 11 at Brindabella, not a worry in the world. I understand she was a little bit of a flirt at that age, but that's all right, it worked out for me. But they also made her the great person she is. So thanks, guys, for making her the person she is. And you, yeah, sorry, you're on the law table, so you're kind of like off to the side. However, flirting wasn't enough for Tish. After graduating high school at the end of 2020, she came to the view, having just turned 18, that she was running out of time to find love. So she just jumped straight onto the dating apps. I was in Sydney at the time, living alone because of COVID, and after just having turned 21, I decided I wouldn't mind settling down. The problem with Sydney there is that most girls aren't quite my style. That is, I specifically remember the moment when I realised that, and that was when I found myself explaining to one girl that rainwater was in fact safe to drink. Tish only drinks tank water, which is why she's a keeper. So following this, I considered the most efficient way to find my dream wife was to streamline the process, also with a dating app. So by December of 2020, Tish and I had both downloaded a dating app called Salt. Now, if you're unfamiliar with dating apps, basically you make an ad of yourself with some pictures, and then you answer some questions such as, what is a strange food combination you like? And others can view and like you. So I began swiping through this app, and I couldn't really find anyone. Tish, meanwhile, she was talking to a few boys because she was running out of time. But then, on the 16th of January in 2021, I saw the first profile I liked. It was the only profile I liked too. She was a beautiful Christian girl. She wanted chickens, as some of you know. And the strange food combination she really liked was bacon and maple syrup. So Tish, in the meantime, saw a kind of average guy looking profile, of a profile she thought was a 25-year-old guy, not 21 at the time. Oh my gosh. 100% true? Not 100% true. But he did like chickens, so they liked each other, and we matched. And my pickup line, bacon and maple syrup, is so good, right? It worked somehow, and we got to talking. After a couple of weeks, I decide I'm going to drive all the way to Canberra to meet this girl, and she agrees. And so I was greeted at the door by her and her mother, and I'm charming as ever, obviously. And I drive her off to a nice restaurant, and we get chatting away. And afterwards, she suggests perhaps we could walk along the lake, this here lake. So we walked from the monument, which you can't see anymore, along here. I believe we actually walked past here. Memories there. So we're chatting, we're really enjoying ourselves. But it was on that very first walk, on that very first date, that came the big red flag. Tish wanted 7 kids. I probably should have run away, but I think I just said something like, "Oh, really? How interesting. This first date, what can you do?" I looked at her, she's pretty small, and she's very much a perfectionist, and one of 2, and I thought, I'll take my chances. And I was still taking my chances, but anyway. So we continued dating, taking turns driving to and from Sydney. Fortunately, my sister Brooke was kind of in between us, which meant that we could sort of use that as an in-between spot. So thanks, Brooke and Scott, for letting us use your house. Scott, thank you for letting a stranger into your home. Really appreciate that. It really helped us in our relationship, and the boys now know their Auntie Tish. That's great. So things were great. Up until mid-2021, we went into lockdown. Sydney was locked out of Canberra, so we were apart for about 2 months. But fortunately, my grandparents, Alan and Sue, lived just a couple hours away from Canberra, and I love a good loophole. So I went and stayed with them for 2 months, so thank you for that. And it meant that me and Tish could see each other a couple more times before we were locked out again. In the end, one day I just sort of woke up and decided to move to Canberra. So I did. And within 2 weeks, I'd found a place. Tish organised all my furniture and did a great job decorating my place. As you can see, she does an amazing job decorating. Organised my furniture, and I moved in. So at last, we were together in the same city. We were very happy. So it was time to take the next step, and that was engagement. Now, all I'm going to say about this is that Angela and Cameron love their daughter. And they didn't particularly want to lose their little girl, but one day in mid-June, and a bit out of the blue, and after a bit of waiting, apparently I was given their blessing. I don't know what changed, and I didn't ask, but not long after that, Tish told me which days I was allowed to propose to her. She had to have her nails done, but they couldn't be done when she was working at the hospital, health safety issue, something like that. So it was this whole thing. But on the 25th of June last year, I got down on one knee, and while she was snuggled on my couch, and I proposed. Within a week, suddenly we were in full wedding planning mode. Like, the transition from Angela not wanting to lose her daughter to planning our wedding was just volatile. A bit of whiplash there. But in no time, we had picked our venues, picked our bridal party, and spent far too long discussing wedding colours. After 7 long months of planning, we finally made it here, and I couldn't be happier. It's been a great day. Thank you, Angela, and Cameron, and everyone. So I'd like to go through, and Angela made some of these thank yous already, but some people here were just terrific, so I'm going to make them again. Too bad. So I'll start with the bridal party. Pranav, Bonnie, Noah, Brooke, and Rylan, who is... Oh, you're still awake. Good job, Rylan. Thanks, Rylan. Jeez. Thank you for all the time and effort you've put in to be here today. Brooke especially, it was mentioned that she came in clutch with the flowers there, and she brought her 3 boys here, which was no easy task, so thank you, Brooke, particularly. A very big thank you to our Rob Griffiths, Tanisha's pa, who supplied his prize 1930 Model A Ford for our bridal car. As it was mentioned, it's been the bridal car for many Griffiths family weddings, spanning 3 generations over 80 years, and I can now say I'm happy to be part of that tradition, so thank you, Rob. Thank you to Lynn Thau. As said, we needed you. You did our marriage counselling, which was terrific as well, and you married us. Thank you very much. Thank you to Tanisha's Uncle Chris, who did the message. That was terrific. I liked how you brought everything about us together. It was very entertaining. Thank you, and insightful as well. Sandy and Rhett, who did the Bible readings. Rhett also did a bunch of other things today. He helped with today's setup. He was driving cars. He was ushering. So you get an extra thank you, Rhett. Thank you very much, brother-in-law. But Rhett is also interested in finding the love of his life. So for more information on that position, please contact me or Tish. We did separate them on purpose. Um, so others who helped out with the setup, I believe my mum and dad came in early to help with the chapel as well. Boz and Vlad Blazeski helped out a lot with the chapel and in here tonight, getting everything set up. Boz also did a lot of the wedding decor, and she designed, I believe, this incredible cake. So thank you, Boz. Also DJ and Jazz. Jazz has been absolutely terrific. I was there at Angela's until 1 a.m. last night, and she was powering through on the cakes, and terrific, absolutely terrific. And then still going all through today, so thank you very much. You're absolutely amazing. And then, the ceremony as well, you're terrific all over it. I was a bit stressed. It was fine though. You're all over it. Thank you very much. And Sue Potts also was very talented in providing us use of her signage equipment, so thank you, Sue. And also La Torta for supplying our fabulous cake. La Torta is Canberra's premier cake decorating supply store located at Majura Park. Open 7 days for all your cake decorating needs. Or visit latorta.com.au today. Did I say that right, Angela? Thank you, Professor Ruben Rose, for saying grace. We're sorry you're there. Thank you, Ruben. I loved your rendition of Gloria. A big thank you to Connor, who's been our MC, keeping everything running smoothly, and he's just a good all-round bloke, so thanks, Connor. Finally, arguably the most important people I have to thank here today, Cameron and Angela. Thank you for giving me your incredible daughter, who I will love, cherish, and protect. Thank you for the time, money, and effort you put into our wedding to make this day the amazing day that we'll always remember. Angela has put in, I would have to say, hundreds of hours into this wedding, many late nights of planning, and it's just been an incredible day. We can't thank you enough. We'll try, but we can't. So thank you very much. Just to say a few things that Angela has done, she organised all our vendors and appointments and our run sheets and our reminders and assisted with and supplied the cake, obviously. She assisted with invitations, which were all incredible. Tish as well, but I'll get to you. Orders of service, menus, prepared the bouquets, countless other things that I have no idea what she did, but she did. And she'll also be the last person here. So thank you again, Angela. Lastly, I would like to thank my new bride, Tanisha Grace Mason. You are smart, you're beautiful, you're incredibly talented, as we have all witnessed here today. You're a little stubborn, but you're the love of my life. Tish has also put an insane number of hours in, making sure everything today was perfect. Everything with a wax seal on it you have seen for this wedding was made by Tish. She loves that wax seal. The wedding favours on your table are deceptively marked as Tish and Zach. She pretty much did all of it. She helped with design, make the cake, the bouquets, signage, everything that looks absolutely incredible at this wedding. Tish had a hand in. She can be a little bit extra, but she's absolutely incredible. Tish, thank you for saying yes and marrying me. I love you, and you make me really happy. But we're not having 7 kids. Thank you very much.